Expectations were high from the start. And these Blue Devils, they came through getting the national championship. I'm Jeff Fischel with Jason Capel. What was the point when you said this team is going to win a national title? Tweet us at the ACCDN. I look back on this journey to a championship from the start. And for me, this team was Jahlil Okafor's team from the start of the season.
Well, Coach K talked about that. When Jahlil Okafor stepped foot on campus, he talked about him being the focal point of their offense and building around the big fella inside. Duke has been without a dominant post player. He was exactly what they needed, surround him with shooters, and he did not disappoint. He commanded the double team from the second he stepped foot on the court. He showed his dominance scoring around the basket, shooting well over 60%, rebounding the basketball. He gave them the inside presence on both sides of the basketball that the Blue Devils have been needing for years.
He scored in double figures his first 28 games, eventually became ACC Player of the Year. But throughout the season, and certainly more and more as the season progressed, the guy who seemed to step up and take the big shots was Tyus Jones.
Well, his partner in crime, these two guys made a pact to go to college together. You think back to Tyus Jones at Wisconsin, 22 points, made similar shots to what he made in the national championship game. But for me, it's at Virginia when Duke was dead in the water and he made big shot after big shot, leading them to a huge win on the road. He has shown through the year that he has salt in his veins. He does not get rattled by anything. He's going to step up and make the plays on both sides of the basketball to lead his team to victory.
And then we get into March. And the guy who really stepped up in the NCAA tournament, Justise Winslow, really made a name for himself at both ends of the floor.
Well, he's the Swiss Army knife for this Duke Blue Devil basketball team, a guy that can do a lot of different things to help his team be successful. He stepped up mightily when Rasheed Suleiman was dismissed from the team, double-double, scoring the basketball, slash to the basket, but he showed his poise being a lockdown defender, a guy that's a one-man fast break, and he led them. When Duke went small, they got better because he was allowed to dictate the tempo. He's one of the best players in the country, and he had an excellent NCAA tournament.
We talk about Jahlil at the start of the year being the centerpiece. Tyus Jones finding his moments throughout the year. Justise Winslow asserting himself in March. But overall, throughout it all, it was the veteran Quinn Cook leading this team.
Well, he led this team from the onset. When you think about what Quinn Cook had to do, when you think about his resolve and his willingness to allow Tyus Jones to come in and be the point guard. He moved over to the shooting guard position. He's the senior leader. He dreamt of getting to this moment, and he was not going to let ego get in the way. He made big shot after big shot, 15 points a game, shooting well over 40% from three. He was the leader, the emotional leader, and the heart and soul of a very good Duke basketball team.
And let's not leave out, by the way, we wouldn't even be talking about Duke winning a national title if not for Grayson Allen coming through 25 points between the wins over Michigan State and Wisconsin.
Well, there's a fourth freshman that no one talks about, and he stepped up when the lights were the brightest. When you think about what Grayson Allen did, Coach K said they were dead in the water. He puts the young fella in the game. He energizes this team, slashing to the basket, finishing plays, getting hyped, dunking the basketball, getting and ones. He gave them exactly what they needed. The typical Duke player, diving for loose balls, playing sound defense. He gave them the energy, the effort that they needed at that point in the game to get them to the finish line.
What a journey to a national title. What was the point when you said to yourself, yes, Duke can do this, Duke can get it done? Tweet us at the ACCDN. You're watching the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
We are the official home for ACC basketball. For more great content like you've just watched, click one of these boxes. And to make sure you don't miss anything, click subscribe.